It's the Slop Stash. And here's your host, the Slop Stash.
Hi, welcome to Slop Stash Live. I'm your host, Grant, the Slop Stash. And what are we going to make something today?
Presumably.
Am I making something?
That's your job.
Am I making something?
Why are you just now asking me this? And now for the first time, our very first special call-in special guest, garlic expert, Will Green. Oh, you are so small, Will. We can hear you. Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing well.
I think you're going to give me a recipe. What is the recipe you're going to tell me about?
It's called Toum, and it's like a Middle Eastern spread, like a Lebanese kind of thing. I think it's generally used as sort of like a condiment, for chicken, or as like a dip with pita. But I like to just use it for everything, just to put garlic into anything you have all the time. So it makes it so you just have a jar of basically creamed garlic in your fridge at all times, and you can just dollop it into things at any given moment. Just like no hesitation, no peeling, just there it is, The normal recipe you see for this is 1 head of garlic to about a cup and 3/4 of olive oil, which, that's a fair amount of garlic. My recipe is basically even amounts of garlic and olive oil. So about 1.5 cups of oil and about 1.5 cups of garlic. So I don't know how many heads of garlic that is, but it's definitely not one.
Where is it? I don't see anything.
That's it. That's the jar.
Oh man, that is a big jar.
Yeah. It's big enough to get my immersion blender into. So I have to use a quart-sized jar because I don't want to mess around with my blender. So immersion blender.
Right. Okay.
It just fits right down.
Yeah, so you use an immersion hand blender. Like something like this. This is going to do the trick?
Yes, that should do it.
All right, very good.
Is there like a garlic-free recipe that you can use for people who are like allergic to garlic?
Garlic intolerant?
No.
Will's just refusing to answer that.
I mean, there is a garlic-free recipe. Basically, if you substitute eggs for garlic, you'll get mayonnaise.
Oh, actually, okay. So it wasn't such a bad question after all.
No.
Because basically what we've done is we've discovered mayonnaise.
Basically, this is mayonnaise made with garlic instead of with eggs.
Are you going to make some Toum?
Yeah, I know. I was just looking at this garlic.
You're not much of a multitasker, are you?
Yeah, I think this could be a lot of fun. Having y'all listen to me over the crackling of this garlic skin.
Roast the garlic in a lightly oiled skillet on medium for 10 minutes, then cool, and they peel easily, and the spread won't be spicy but mellow. But what do you think about that? Do you want a spicy sauce or do you want a mellow sauce?
I want a spicy one.
Skinless Hormel wieners leave the stripping machines and fall onto a conveyor belt system. The wieners are next.
Slop Stash cooking tips with Grant. Slop Stash. You're on.
Oh, am I on there now? Oh, welcome to welcome. Okay, welcome to Slop Tips. What is this called again?
Cooking tips with the Slop Stash.
Cooking tips with the Slop Stash. So everyone loves peeling garlic. So today I'm going to tell you how to peel garlic in the best way possible, which is a very fun and good way to do it, which is to take a single, that's a bad clove. Take a clove of garlic, put it on there, and then just hit it with the side of your knife, and it peels off real easy. And it also gets garlic juice everywhere, so it gets all over your hands. And then you can also have sticky hands so that the skin just sticks to you relentlessly. That's my cooking tip. If you are a person that suffers from indigestion, you will want to roast your garlic first lightly, and then you will not get as spicy of a garlic spread when you make it.
But the texture is a little bit gluier. It doesn't get quite as fluffy when you're trying to make the emulsion. I mean, it still works, but it doesn't do quite the same thing. It still tastes fine, but I don't know. It just, the texture is a little bit strange.
Well,
not as
gluey
pleasant.
sounds right up my alley.
Is that specifically for Toum that you're talking about?
Yeah, that's specifically for Toum. Though, I mean, it definitely does make it milder, but I think a lot of people that make Toum really want that sort of spicy garlic bite. And if you're really worried about that, if you give it a week or two, it definitely kind of mellows down. It sort of eases up on the spiciness of it.
Can you ferment Toum?
I think that you can ferment anything that your heart desires.
I have a
Will, have you ever heard of a person fermenting it?
friend who is currently fermenting some garlic right now.
This is our cooking show where we just show you other people's recipes and websites on cooking. This is the Fermented Food Lab via the Slop Stash. Yeah, you can ferment. Oh, look at that. That looks really good to me. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if you want to make this, then you can just pause and print out your YouTube screen right now. Can I make a suggestion? A show note, if you will?
Yeah.
Maybe in the future you should actually like peel the garlic in advance and have like a bowl on the side.
No, I think this is good. So this is a good question now. So I got this lemon. I know from experience that these lemons that I buy have just a billion seeds in them. Is there a way to easily not have to deal with all of those seeds? Does anybody know?
Use a strainer, a sieve.
Yeah, just use a strainer. Or, I mean, you can strain through your hand if you trust yourself.
I don't. Okay, and I got a juice cup too.
Louisa Ruth says in a pinch you could use a fork for the seeds. It's a good idea.
Do you know the trick about microwaving your citrus to make it give up more juice?
What?
I've never heard this.
If you throw a lemon or a lime in the microwave for like 15 seconds, you just get more of the juice out of it.
Can you pour things on camera so that we can see it? Jeez.
Well, I there were multiple places where I was pouring it on camera, but somebody wasn't looking at the preview monitor.
I just watched you pour it off camera. Are you kidding?
You're gonna add some salt?
Yes, the salt, which I keep in an old cream cheese container. See?
Is this another cooking tip?
Salt.
I've never used an immersion blender in my entire life. So can you talk me through why you should have an immersion blender and what they're used for?
Well, because they're pretty good at grinding stuff up in these kinds of containers.
I mean,
often, yeah.
Does it do the exact same thing that a blender does? I literally have no idea. Like, explain it to me like I'm 5.
Well, so I would say that a blender is good, but if you are trying to blend something that's already in a container,
Another cooking tip from Louisa is that an immersion blender could scare cats and the dog. Be sure not to scare your pets. Matt just said it's an immersive experience. Get it? Because it's an immersion blender.
I like that. That's a good joke. Oh, it's so spicy. Just dump all that oil in. Yeah.
Next episode, we need to cut the exposure a little bit.
Ugh.
And so your Toum is done? Is your Toum done, Slop?
I think it is. I think I'm done with this.
Do you want to do a Toum taste test?
Tell me.
Will's got a question about the final process.
Is it like a good consistency? Are you happy with it?
Yeah, it's not coming out.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
It's a pretty good. I mean, I can shake it and it's just not coming out at all. So I think this is pretty good.
Let's see Will's consistency as a yeah.
Yeah. That's about right.
Hold them up. I want to do a side-by-side comparison. Gentlemen, hold up your tombs.
When you sniff it, does it make you hungry? That's the real key. That's how you know you have a good batch.
Yeah, it does make me hungry. Oh, Lord help. Oh, that's too much. It's old bread. And it's the heel of some old bread that I made last week. It's really good. It's really good. This is the best one I ever made.
How many garlic bulbs would you give it?
I would give it
5 garlic bulbs.
I would give it 20 garlic bulbs.
Well,
Oh, it's spicy. It makes my breath smell bad, but it also has a good taste on it and inside of it. Now it'll get better. I mean, it'll get more, less garlic.
It'll mild out over time. How many days do you think someone should give it if they didn't roast their garlic?
1 day.
1 day. It'll simmer down in 1 day.
I don't know. I have some Toum. It's spicy, is fresh and spicy. Spicy garlic Toum.